I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This one's wife. Get out of the way! Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. One of the things that you must never, ever do is upstage a narcissist. This means you shouldn't really have a birthday, because your birthday upstages that of the narcissist. You shouldn't get married, because you're taking attention away from the narcissist. You shouldn't die and have a funeral, because you're taking attention away from the narcissist. As you know from my other work, the narcissist cannot stand other people's birthdays, weddings, funerals, promotions, whatever it might be that doesn't involve the narcissist or make them center of proceedings. Furthermore, where the narcissist is looking to hog the limelight, if you do something to take that limelight away from them, you become painted black because your activity has wounded the narcissist. If, for example, you interrupt the narcissist whilst they're making a speech, if you do something which causes heads to turn and look away from the narcissist whilst they're doing something so that people look at you, for instance, if you enter the room while the narcissist is trying to hold court, you wound the narcissist when people turn. You haven't done this on purpose, you've simply entered the room, but if people turn to greet you and they're no longer interacting with the narcissist, this wounds the narcissist, and those turning away and you as the interloper are then painted black. You're not allowed, you're not meant to upstage the narcissist. And therefore anybody who does so becomes viewed as traitorous and treacherous by the narcissist because they're taking attention away from them. Will Potter writes in the Daily Mail, "Moment this one's wife asks woman not to pose next to Prince Harry for polo prize-giving photo and lets royal fans stand next to her instead." This one's wife sparked an awkward moment on stage as she asked a woman not to pose next to Prince Harry for a picture after he won a polo tournament. The Duchess, 42, ordered people around the stage, sense of entitlement, after handing Harry, 39, a trophy at a glitzy charity polo match in Miami, Florida. She requested the well-dressed woman in a white dress to move to the middle of the group away from Harry, insisting she be in the middle of the huddle next to her husband, with the royal fan beside her. Moments before, this one's wife planted a loving kiss on her royal husband, physical assertion of control through benign means, to celebrate his win, with the Netflix camera crew in tow to capture the moment for the Duke's upcoming series. The awkward exchange lasted for several moments, as Harry kept his arm squarely around his wife, leading others to shuffle around them to find a place. Once again, this one's wife inconveniencing people. After this one's wife insisted on keeping her place, the woman was forced to duck under the trophy to find her spot on stage before saying something to this one's wife. Harry appeared red-faced during the exchange, although this may have been more due to his efforts on the blistering hot day as he led his team to victory at the Royal Salute Polo Challenge. This one's wife was joined at the $1,600 a ticket event by her close friend Serena Williams, and dressed to impress as she donned an $800 dress from California designer Heidi Merrick. The royal, who has worn the designer before, paired the flowing white sundress with a statement bow and cutout bag with a $3,300 Maison Valentino bag. Surrounded by her camera crew, this one's wife appeared at ease as she took a risk in towering heels on a grassy terrain. Thus, this one's wife demonstrating her rude behaviours once again in relation to somebody who was invited up onto the stage. Let's have a look at this little excerpt of the footage so that you can see how this one's wife bosses people around, demonstrating her sense of entitlement. So you've seen the short piece of footage which follows on from the trophy presentation, when this one's wife has to ensure that she's the one that's with all the men, of course, no other women there. It's unclear who the other person is, what her involvement is with the polo match. She's obviously there. She might have been a paid attendee. She might be part of the organisers. But whilst this one's wife has been lapping up the fuel and standing with the trophy and the polo players, the other lady comes in from off the stage and she tries to get in next to Harry. But this one's wife isn't having any of it. She is then telling her, get over there, move, move, and is pointing. You're not getting near my husband. And there's another lady joins in as well. Perhaps they're involved with the charity. Perhaps they're involved with the organising of the event. As mentioned, the newspaper report didn't make it clear. But it's evident that they're entitled to be there, and they've been invited onto the stage to have their photo taken also. That when the photo was being taken, you could see how the two furthest polo players were having to really stretch to get their hands on the trophy because this one's wife was in the middle. And then when the lady comes on, she wants to position herself next to Harry, but this one's wife is clinging onto him and is gesticulating, saying, get over there, forcing the lady to limbo underneath the trophy and for them both to be on the other side of Harry. This one's wife, of course, demonstrating, first of all, her territorial behaviour in relation to Harry, that she's asserting control over him and doesn't want anybody else getting in the way of that control. But furthermore, demonstrating how rude she is, that the other lady who comes onto the stage is forced into making an awkward manoeuvre. She positions herself next to Harry, which of course wounds this one's wife, because who is it that the lady wants to be next to? This one's wife? No, she wants to be next to Harry, because he's the one that people come to see, not this one's wife. But this one's wife has to ensure that she is seen next to Harry, and therefore forces this lady to uncomfortably manoeuvre her way under the trophy and stand on the other side of her. So much also for good manners. We know that this one's wife doesn't have them, and you'll have also noticed that the lady that comes on stage is black. Once again, this one's wife's supposed support of those who are people of colour goes completely out of the window because it's manufactured and artificial. She doesn't give a rat's ass about supporting people of colour. It's just a convenient thing for her to do to make her look good and to enable her to play the race card for the purposes of trying to elicit sympathy. Yet again, she shows her sense of entitlement by barging into proceedings which don't really involve her, and then making it even more awkward by insisting that somebody who probably has a more legitimate reason than her for being there has to be manoeuvred out of the way. It's no surprise to see this with regards to the haughty and dismissive behaviours of this one's wife, her need to continue to control Harry, her need to be at the centre of things, and her need to boss people around. Once again, she's caught her narcissism in full effect in a video for the world to see. And as usual, she hasn't got a clue herself. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.